Howdy, howdy. FrostyFire10 here. I've just completed first run of Resident Evil Requiem, and I'm just going to have a quick review and just recommendation and all that jazz. So, if you're a huge fan of the Resident Evil franchise, must buy, easy. It's a single player game though, so I will say that if you wait for a discount, you win. That's how it usually is in games. I know live service games are obviously different, but single player game, horror adventure, two characters, Grace and Leon, and you go back and forth between them, and you have very different experiences playing as them. There's a lot of variety in the environments, and there's big bosses and stuff like that. All the usual stuff you'd expect of Resident Evil. And I think it delivers. Now, I played the whole game through film noir, so everything was black and white, like Leon there, and honestly, I think it's encouraged me to play it a second time, but in normal colors. So that means I get like two playthroughs. That's how I feel about it. Is that it is so different, the different vibe, and with the different outfits. Leon in the suit, and then Grace in the different outfit. I'll show Grace's outfit. I just wanna this way. So we're in the different outfit. It's Grace. Probably zoom back out. And it is different. It doesn't spoil the survival horror, I think, for on Grace's side of things. Although maybe because I played first person. I also did first person on both characters. So there are major settings. You can do first person or third person, and again you get filters and all sort of stuff. So I took dramatic steps to have a different experience to the norm. So I'm both first person for Leon and Grace. I did find first person for Leon, there were some situations where it felt like maybe it would have been harder on third person. I'm not sure, but yeah, shooting and stuff was pretty good. Dodging was very easy. I think dodging is probably harder on third person. I suspect it's harder on third person. First person, I barely had to move and I could dodge telegraphed attacks. Like, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, you can parry in this. There is parry, so it's basically a Souls-like. Um, you can parry as Leon, and it's very powerful. It's just such a powerful thing. And the only thing that really gets you at times is getting blown up and falling off of skyscrapers. Just got to be careful of that. I think my whole experience is totally different because of the film noir. It really does change how everything looks, and the light and dark, and so much of horror games is always playing with light. So with film noir, you do sort of flip that on its head, and it was really interesting. I don't know if I'd recommend it as a first time playthrough, unless you get a feel that you're going to play it again in normal color. But it's different, so I can't really say like this. I recommend the game. Obviously, wait for a discount. You win if you do that. You don't need the extra stuff. You don't need the film noir, the apocalypse filters. I don't think you need the other filters. But I got the deluxe edition because I'm just like that. That happens, and I wanted to stream the game and experience it in a slightly different way to normal, because I think playing on casual difficulty, which was what I ended up falling on as a big part of it, is that I did have trouble at the start getting into it, and then when I switched to casual difficulty, I felt there was a bit more leniency, even though maybe there isn't. Maybe it isn't that big a difference, but it just felt like the pressure was off. And even if I did die a few times, it was mostly just because you do silly things and you get punished for it appropriately as you learn the game and learn how to position yourself. And I just ran past so many zombies early on as Grace, and I just wanted to save bullets. And then in the end, I've had so many bullets on both Grace and Leon, is ridiculous. So yeah, obviously casual gives you more resources, but I don't know if that's it. I think I don't think I strongly suspect people beating the game on like insanity. It's just it's about avoiding damage more than it is about dealing enough damage to wipe everything out. Because I feel like you probably do get enough bullets and things and resources. But then again, it's probably really hard, and that's why they got the other bonus stuff as well. There is infinite ammo you can unlock, but you need a lot of points for that. I don't know how to get there. But so yeah, that's one thing I do really like about Resident Evil games is they always give you infinite ammo as a thing you can unlock and get as a setting, and I do enjoy that. Usually it's you upgrade one particular weapon to max, and then you can get infinite ammo on it. Here you've got just a blanket infinite ammo on or off. But then again, I feel like I didn't shoot my guns a hell of a lot at times because the hatchets on Leon is so strong, particularly when you upgrade them. You can neutralize a lot of enemies to the point they don't do anything to you. And it's really, what's going to get you is just someone just grabbing you randomly and you're not quick enough. But if you are quick enough and you experience, I think people would fly through the whole game. Some of the other challenges as well, like not using any meds, I think people would have no trouble at all with that, with the hatchets. And Grace's section, maybe they'd have some challenges there, particularly when you're there's a couple of missions I think would be quite challenging. But probably the most annoying thing is one of the missions where you're not controlling Grace or Leon, and that one really annoyed me. It was just one of those simple stealth. You have to go from A to B to thing, but it felt like it was just a pain in the ass. It was just a pain. Not terribly scary. The whole game I don't think is terribly scary. But then again, I played on Film Noir. Maybe that makes it less scary. Make it more scary in some situations, like the caves and things. There's some places where it's extremely dark, and you don't have like the other colors to color the world. So probably takes a bit of impact away at times too from like blood, because you don't see blood. Basically, blood is, I mean, you do see it, but doesn't pop. It's not red because there's no red. So yeah, and the whole game is so much blood and gore and things, but you just sort of put that away basically when you're in Film Noir. It's interesting in that way. I think that perhaps if you're more squeamish, you could play in Film Noir and you wouldn't have to worry about it. Oh, as my phone dies. Classic. Ugh. I should have charged it. But yeah. What do you think of the game? Do you think it's... Oh, I'm going to just spin around. Yep, we'll just leave it like this. What do you think of the game? I really enjoyed it. I don't want to like spoil or anything, so no need for spoilers. But I think I want to try it in color. Basically, I'm not sure that Film Noir quite displays all of it. Like I still feel like I haven't seen the game. Is how I would put it. I've like seen an interpretation that does look very nice in certain situations, but I felt like I still haven't seen it, which is a good thing, I think, because you get the double experience. You get to go again, try and do some challenges, and and then there's also the beating the game in 4 hours. My playtime was 10 hours and 40 minutes, but it was a lot more than that. Maybe like 4 hours more than that. I don't think I rushed either. It's just that I was on casual difficulties. The challenge is obviously not as punishing, but I don't think the game is better when it's more punishing. So that's kind of where I'm at on difficulty. I don't think that the Resident Evil franchise has ever handled difficulty in a way that's justified or enjoyable. But then again, maybe you just got to get the flavor for it. Yeah, so that's what we should do. There we go. Gonna shoot you in the face. Yeah. If you're what are your thoughts on filters and different color things and all that sort of stuff in games? I know like Last of Us has huge amounts of options with filters, but then again, it's not like you'd play through the whole thing with it, unless you're like me, and I just did. So yeah, it's something I don't know. I didn't appreciate the amount of hard work that goes into making sure the filter's pretty nice for the whole game. I mean, it's not, I don't know how much hard work it is, but it's different. And that's the whole point. It does aim to be a different experience, and it is. So, yeah. And the game itself, pretty good. Pretty damn good. I mean, if you're a fan of the franchise, of course, I think you're getting what you want. Interesting to see what happens in the future of the franchise, but this is a big deal because, 7 and 8 were really important to revitalize the franchise with the first person point of view, and then we had the 4 remake, after 2 remake, 3 remake-ish, and 4 remake made good money, and then this is the gift back to the fans, and being like, yeah, we can give you what you want. So many media things in this world sort of ignore that concept of giving people what they want, but in gaming it can happen. Yeah. Is he got jiggle physics? Okay, we're gonna I don't think so. Why does he hold his gun like that? I think I prefer the way he holds the gun here. Yeah. I don't regret buying it. So yeah, that's it. That's it. I think the game is good. Agree or disagree in the comments. Tell me what you think of it. Resident Evil Requiem. It's not Resident Evil 9. Apparently, it's just Resident Evil Requiem. What do you think? And do you think playing in film noir is crazy, and that the whole game is a totally different experience? Gonna shoot you. Alright. This has been FrostyFire10. Catch you next time. See ya.